What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Collider interview studio at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. I'm lucky enough to be standing with the cast of Mayfair Witches. Huge congratulations on season 2.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much.
Feeling good? Celebratory time.
Yeah.
We're
You've
feeling
wrapped.
celebratory.
You're
It's in
here.
the can. It's in
I like
the
it.
can.
All right. My first big question for my 3 returnees right now. When you started shooting...
Hear that?
It's fine. We'll
Okay.
sit down.
Come on,
That's
Rooks.
fine.
Trust me, I'm going to get to the 2 of you probably with the dangerous, spoilery questions that you can't answer, but I'm going to try my best.
Do you guys have
For the 3 of
FOMO
you,
now?
is there any
Yeah.
single scene from season 1 that you found yourself holding especially tight to and influencing your performance most while making season 2?
I found that the scenes, a lot of stuff, but especially with Lasher, Jack Huston, who's not here. I really felt that those were really important carrying into season 2 and developing our relationship. That's a very important relationship for the show.
And for me, it was my final scene in season 1, working with Alex and a very tiny little baby, having to corral the child and then be turned into stone. So that, for me, was a big moment. I got stoned.
I just want to hear you say corral the child again. There it is.
Yeah, I can't say what it was because it's obviously integral to the plot, but it was in Ireland. We're filming on a bridge, and that was really special just because of the interaction I had with some of the cast members on that. But yeah.
I feel like these interviews are always the hardest when you've shot everything and you can't reveal a single thing about
Exactly.
what's to come.
That's not really fair.
I
They
feel like
see to tell us that
it's
we're not
not
allowed
fair
to.
to you. It's not fair to me.
We're not allowed
We
to
want
tell
all-
anyone anything.
And it's not fair to spoil anything. So,
know.
we're all
Yeah.
screwed in this. Here's something you might be able to tease a little. So, when we get a second season of a show, of course, we want more of what we already saw and love, but we want something to have a fresh feel. So, is there anything about season 2 that, might have a tonal shift or just something to give it its own identity?
Anything?
everything?
Is there
Yeah.
anything that may have a specific tonal shift?
These 2.
Yeah.
Well, we got some new great cast, and I think also we get to dive deeper into the magic and into the craziness and into the strange world. Now that it's been established, Rowan is in this strange world and she's fully in it, so we get to really embrace some of the insanity of
And the
of
world
it.
is really strange.
Sure is, man.
It's not strange.
Tis the key word. I like strange stuff. All right, Ben and Alyssa, I got a big
Hey.
2-part question about joining the show. Dear God, I hope you can answer this, and it's not spoilery.
Dear God.
When you
Dear
first
God.
signed on for these roles, what single aspect of your character were you most looking forward to playing? And then can you tell me something you discovered about them along the way
That's a
that
great
was a pleasant
question.
surprise?
Yes, I'll take number 1. I'll take the first half at least of the whatever. What I liked is that this is a very complicated show based on very complicated IP and tremendous amounts of literature and dynamics and strange things that go on this show. So much happened in season 1. What I liked is that I didn't have to know any of that because I'm just a guy off the street. And so I could sort of be a tourist on this show and watch them do all the crazy, exciting stuff and be as confused by it on camera as I was off, which I'm joking, but also genuinely that was absolutely the coolest part.
I don't know how to top that. That was such a good
Thanks,
answer.
buddy. Thank you.
I liked that she seemed fun and she seemed snappy. And I read the book and I thought the character of Mona was very, very weird. And there were some fun little aspects there. And I was honestly, I liked Alex Daddario. That was a huge part of why I took this show.
See, for me, I was like on the fence.
You were like, I
It was,
would
yeah.
if it were that.
I was like, are they married to her
that
for
was
the
so
second
challenging.
season?
And you asked, you married?
Yeah,
to
are
this
you guys
one? Yeah.
married to her to that choice?
And then I discovered, so much about the character I can't reveal, and so much about these people's lives that they told
talk
me
about mine. I don't do
during
anything.
I heard a lot of stories and I got a lot of advice, and it's been a great experience.
No, Alyssa is amazing. Ben?
Yeah.
Well, you're amazing
It would
too.
have been great if you had just said, Alyssa's amazing, and then turned back to her.
No, it's really
That's
an
what he
extraordinary
did.
addition.
What he did.
Both of these guys are amazing additions to the cast. The camera loves Ben, but loves you more.
Aw,
I buy that.
that's so sweet.
I buy that.
Harry,
no.
thank you.
All right, I'll lean into the cast vibe a little now and veer away from story spoilers. Can you each maybe tell me about a specific member of the ensemble that I guess was just the scene partner you needed in a moment making season 2? Sometime when someone gave you something that you needed and it helped bring the best out of you as an actor on the show.
It was never not me.
You just got the exact opposite
I
compliment.
will say Alex is a great scene partner.
Yes.
I will also say I did not get to work with pretty much anybody else in the show.
true.
So I really cannot speak to the rest of these people. They might be disasters for all I know. But Alex is a really great scene partner who can be it's tremendously sick or emotional or whatever it is, and then the camera turns on and she's 1,000% in the
That's so
scene,
true.
which is something I am incapable of doing. I could not be morning sick and then have lights and a camera on me and be able to do it without a trace of any of what was there before.
That's very kind of you. The entire cast I'm so lucky. Everyone is so supportive and so talented, and everyone comes knowing their stuff better than I do. And really just a really supportive, wonderful group of people. So I got lucky in that way.
Aww.
Every day, even if I was, having a horrible day, we got into the scene, everyone was like, let's just do what we need to do. Like, everyone was so awesome and funny.
It was a funny set.
Which we needed because the show is so intense and
That was funny.
and we needed
Yeah.
to laugh sometimes.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Any examples, Tangai? Time a scene partner?
Listen, well, I hardly got to work with these guys,
What did you
but-
do at the beginning of
Don't worry
season
about it.
2?
Don't worry about it.
We there was a moment. Oh, I don't even remember what it was, but we died. Didn't you say we were supposed to ad lib something silently? And I can't say this. Oh, it was a really challenging, hard
It was a
moment.
challenging scene.
And he was supposed to come up to me and really we would have a grave conversation. And at one point he came up to me and he was like, "You good?" But he didn't realize that he was doing it. And then I was like, "No." And then we just died throughout the scene. That was funny. You had to be there, I think.
Great story.
House joke.
Do you guys need any more?
I feel
Or is that it?
I'll be there eventually.
Eventually.
I think
When
you
the
had to be
season
there.
comes out.
We had a great time. Tonga doesn't remember it at all.
I'll jump into some specifics now. Alex, this is a really big question, but Rowan starts the show knowing absolutely nothing. By the end of season 2, she kind of knows everything. So how does knowing everything impact how she carries herself in season 2?
Well, I think now she has this power, and she has power as a human and power as a witch, and she's part of this very wealthy family, and she has all this incredible power. And it's, how do we deal with power if we have it? We like to think that we would all do the right thing and be good, but does power corrupt? And what does it do to someone like Rowan? And that was really interesting to explore because Rowan does not always make the best choices.
That's what makes her an interesting, complex
That's
character. If
right.
she made the best choices, I wouldn't be interested in watching the show.
That's right.
All right, Tangai, for you now, kind of a similar question because I feel like the relationship between your characters was a really great beating heart for season 1, and obviously that's been severed, lightning bolt in between it this time around.
Yeah.
How does that impact how he operates and carries himself in the second season?
Great question. I think that's the journey that he has to discover now because, it's the first time we find Cyprian making decisions outside of the Talamasca. And, and for the first time, he's trying to figure out who he is in the midst of all of this here because he's an outsider, and that's how he feels right now. And it's like either you roll with the punches and fight your way to the top or, just stay outside and just be a nobody. And that's his journey that he's going to discover.
This might be a dangerous question, but now I'm thinking about it. So Rowan has fully embraced her power. It feels like he's still holding back. Do you think there is going to be a point in the future when he fully embraces it and takes the gloves off?
You know what? That was my, obviously the long arc of I would love to see what happens if he does finally embrace because he's seen it through Rowan's character and, is he afraid? If he is, why? And how much of it is he capable of doing? how far do his powers go? So absolutely, I think that's something to explore in the future.
I'm eager for more. All right, going down the line to you now, Harry. I feel like the first thing I have to ask is, he's not going to be stoned for much longer, right?
No, as much as he might have liked that, no, I do get out.
AMC would never pay for that.
No,
I mean, I feel like people would still watch it, though. As long as you're in a show, people will tune in.
no, I find my way out, and then a lot of very, very weird things happen to Cortland. My father's a new cast member, Ted Levine, who was Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs, and an extraordinary actor. And so many amazing things happen between him and me, and our dynamic is extraordinary. So, watch out, because it's crazy.
So, assuming he gets unfrozen at a point, and also assuming he's fully cured now, too, how is that going to impact how he operates going forward?
Cortland, and now, he's going to be the angel that he's always been. Everybody says that Cortland's a bad guy, but I think he's a kind angel at heart, right? No. Go ahead, jump in there and editorialize, please.
Well, you have to watch the show to find out how evil Cortland really is.
Evil? What are you talking about?
How much Rowan hates him.
No.
You'll find out.
Characters on a show can be evil. The point is, as long as they justify the evil in their own brain, then you believe it, and then it makes for compelling storytelling. I am going to end with a big group question. We will obviously avoid spoilers with this, but for each of you, just to tease what is to come, which single episode of season 2 are you most excited for fans to see, and why?
I like episode 3 because in ADR it looks like my acting is the best of all that I've seen so far. So I'm excited
Your
for that.
acting's great all around.
Thanks so much. In my
I'm a
opinion.
big fan of the last show, episode 8. That is killer.
Yeah, I'd
I
have
think the
to
last
concur
few
with that one
also
there.
Just,
Okay.
oh, sorry, I didn't. You're over there. I can't even hear.
It's all good.
Were you talking?
I was.
None of mine is usable
The
because I've been
disrespect,
profiled the entire
man.
time, so it's irrelevant if I.
It's okay.
Please.
No, I'm done now. I said what I had to say. Thank you, though.
Tongue guy scenes.
Oh boy.
Let's
This is why we don't.
take
This is
the
why we don't work
show
together.
rivalries and keep them on set, boys.
I said don't do that to me on camera.
Listen.
I was
Go
just gonna
ahead,
say
tongue
all the
guy.
No,
last
I was
couple
done.
were
I was done.
Wait. I want one more question in this interview, and Ben, I want you to ask it. Anything you want.
You want me to ask
I want
the
you to
question?
ask everybody a
Guys,
question.
who did the pranks on set? Who was like the prankster? That's my
Hamlin.
nightmare
Well,
question.
I-
and it
I-
happens
I-
every
Harry
I-
time.
Hamlin bought a fart machine and made Ted Levine think that he was farting during scene.
Yeah.
That's a cat out of the bag that needed to stay in the bag. I'm sorry, but
I'm sorry, was that secret?
I don't know.
Who was the
sorry.
most pregnant on set?
Definitely.
I'm glad we hit the important questions at the very end of the interview. I will say huge congratulations
Thank
on
you
Mayfair
so
Witches
much.
season 2.
Thank
I
you
can't wait
so
to
much,
see it.
Thank you.
Much love.
Thank you.